What's up, Panther fans? This is Panthers Roar 89. You know what I always like to do when I start out a game? I like to bench the NFL ratings MVP because he wore the wrong tie. I always think that's just the smartest fucking move any team can make, right? What the fuck are we doing? I mean, I really got to question this sometimes. What are we doing? We have Derek Anderson in there to start the game. Of course, throws it, fucking picked off. Like, for the wrong tie, I mean, fine him $5,000. Who gives a shit? Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, right? This is ridiculous. Congratulations, Seahawks fans. Y'all put us in the corner. You know that beating you get from your parents. You get your ass whooped so hard, you go to your room, and you don't come out till they say so. It was one of those ass beatings. It was rough tonight. It was a rough one. What can you say? Cam I don't even think, completed 50% of his passes for 182 yards. Jay Stu had 50 yards on the ground. I think our leading receiver was Ted Ginn with like 80 yards. This game was not a competition. It was a beating. It was rough. What can you say? It was bad. It was bad. It's hard to believe this team went 15-1 last year. I get it; it's a little bit different of a team, but it's not that different. I mean, roster wise, injuries have killed us. Our O line is fucking trash. It is trash. You get that many injuries on the O line, it's going to be tough. It all starts with the O line, right? We have weapons. We have Cam. We have Kelvin. We have Funches. We got Ted. We got Jay Stu. We got all those guys, right? But when you don't have an O line to protect or create holes for those guys, there's nothing you're going to be able to do, right? So we got to beef up the O line next year. Our O line's got to be our number one priority. I mean, you look at our team, right? We got all those offensive weapons. We got good guys on defense. We got a young secondary that's developing. Honestly, I think could be pretty good in the future. We have Luke, we got Thomas, we got Shaq, in the linebacking course. I think that's honestly pretty fucking solid. And then you go to the D line. You got Star, you got K1, you got Coney, you got Mario Addison. I mean, you got guys there, right? So I don't think, honestly, the future is as dark as a normal 4-8 team is, right? I don't think our future is dark by any means. I think this was a weird year. I think we had a lot of injuries, and I think we're going to bounce back next year. But our odds of making the playoffs before this game was probably 5%. Now it's about 1%, right? We can win out and go 8-8 and hope pretty much everybody else in the South loses out. I mean, pretty much that's what it would take. So our likelihood is not that great whatsoever. But it was a frustrating loss tonight. It was just kind of like ice. It was the icing on top of the cake, right? It's just been a frustrating year. Panther fans know exactly what I'm talking about. We had so many games this year where we could have changed the whole momentum of the year. We could be 8-4 instead of 4-8. But that's what the NFL is. It's about how can you do in a 3-point game. Last year we had guys that knew what to do, that were ready to win. This year we got guys that are learning what to do and ready to win. I mean, when you think about the transition, right? When we first got Cam, we went 6-10, I want to say, something like that, and then we had like 7-9, and I think 7-9, and then we went 12-4, right? And then we went 7-8-1. And those years, before we went 12-4, we were learning how to win those close games. That was always our number one complaint as Panther fans, right? We're like, God damn, we can't win a fucking game, but decided by 3 points or less, we fucking blow it every fucking time, right? And then we went 12-4. We learned how to win those close games, right? You can look back, you can see the New England game we had. There was a ton of games like that. And then, the next year, we got rid of a lot of veteran guys, right? We got rid of Steve Smith, which I still don't think was a good move. We lost Jordan Gross. We lost to a lot of veteran guys that knew what to do in those situations. And we ended up still making the playoffs, right? 7-8-1. But we didn't know what to do necessarily in those close games. And then last year, we knew what to do. And this year, we got rid of some more veteran guys. We got rid of Josh Norman. We got rid of fucking shitty ass name, Rowan Harper, which I never felt like he was ever a Panther. I didn't fucking like that guy. We had Jericho Cotchery. We had a lot of vets. This year we don't have that. These guys don't know necessarily what to do. So It's just a learning process. Honestly, in the future, I think we're going to be a very good team. Tonight was just frustrating, and it is what it is, and it just goes along with this whole year. But I think that's about all for this video. So thanks for watching, and go Panthers.